A look at simple predicates or verbs from Mr. Orth's Flipped Classroom for Grammar. First, our learning targets. I can define the verb or simple predicate, and I can identify verbs or simple predicates in sentences. Our definitions. First, the word phrase is a group of words performing one job. A simple predicate is the verb or verb phrase. An action verb tells what the subject does, whereas a linking verb tells what the subject is. All four of those terms will be useful in this lesson. How to find it. Always find the verb, all parts of it. Because you find one doesn't mean you're done. The first time we really need to apply this is in fact with simple predicates, simple verbs versus verb phrases. Since we're more commonly familiar with action verbs, then look for those first. If you don't see any actions happening in the sentence, then look for a linking verb. Remember, some common linking verbs are forms of be, is, am, are, was, were, and will be. Forms of have, has, have, had. There's other ones as well, but one thing to think about with linking verbs, bear in mind there's some words that look like linking verbs or don't, depending how you read them, but they might be. There's a simple substitution. Remember, one of the things I tell my students is that really language is like algebra, and algebra really is a language. One of the ways to simplify algebra is that you're always looking for a solution. There's a variable, something's not clear. But oftentimes in a variable, you can put different values in and you get a different result. But they serve the same purpose. For example, if I look at certain words like, the sky appeared calm. Appeared sounds like an action verb. And yet, appear in that sentence really isn't an action. Technically, it's a linking verb there. I know I've just confused several of you. Breathe, hold on to it, stay put. Start with forms of be and forms of have. Those you probably want to commit to memory. No matter how valuable notes are, learn those. Flashcard those so you know they can be linking verbs. If there's no other verb in a sentence and you see one of those are linking verbs. First example. All the team cheered after the victory. So our first question is, what's the verb? Well, the verb is cheered. The ed is a nice clue, but it's what's happening in the sentence. So the question is, who cheered? But Mr. Orth, we're not doing a simple subject right now. I know. I still want you to ask the question to see if you comprehend the sentence. So did all cheered or the team cheered? Bonus points to those who said all, since team comes after the preposition of. Doesn't count. Next example. The sea was calm that sunny day. Is anything happening in that sentence? Sunny's not happening, calm's not happening. Nothing's happening. So we go back to our list and say, what are there any linking verbs here? Yep, was counts as a linking verb. So for linking, we need to link a word before it, subject, to a word in the predicate. What was? The sea was calm. So sea is a simple subject, calm finishes the thought. The word was links those two together. This might have gone a little fast for some of you. Then what you need to do when you're doing the practice is really start focusing on whether or not you're finding the action verbs first. Perhaps you go through all the practice in class tomorrow, and if you don't find an action verb, you skip it and come back to it to get in the habit of looking for action verbs first always. And then once you're done with that, and if you feel like you haven't missed an action verb, look at your list and refer to it as you're looking for possibilities of those to show up as linking verbs in sentences. Again, there's some words that might be linking verbs, they don't look like it, such as, in this case, the sea appeared calm. Well, the sea really was calm. It appeared does not poof, magically appear out of thin air. It's just saying it was calm. If you can substitute one of those simple linking verbs from the list we gave from the previous slide for a word in a sentence, and the meaning doesn't change, then that word, no matter how much it looked like an action verb, is in fact a linking verb. Again, pre-teaching ideas for down the road. If it doesn't make sense to you, ignore it. Focus on finding action verbs and words from the list. And we'll pick it up from there. Good hunting.